Well, certainly. Now, if we look at that relationship between the Democratic Alliance and Action SA, they are former coalition partners who formed part of the government which led the city of Johannesburg under the multi-party coalition banner. We saw that coalition collapsing following the ousting of Dr. Mpho Phalatse as mayor in a no-confidence motion, and she was then replaced by Jama-ah's Kabelo, who then resigned last week. But just going back to and staying with the relationship between the Democratic Alliance as well as Action SA, it really is, well, when we spoke to Michael Beaumont earlier this week, he said that they would be looking to try and get buy-in from the Democratic Alliance and see if they couldn't get the Democratic Alliance to back its candidate, which is Funzi Ngobeni. However, the Democratic Alliance has stuck to its guns, saying that it will go ahead and back its mayoral candidate, Dr. Mpho Phalatse. Now, we were hoping to speak to Solim Simanga, who has availed himself for an interview. We will try to speak to him a little bit later on today. We do understand that he is one of the provincial leaders who will be making their way here in order to oversee what is happening inside council. Now, we understand that the nomination process has been concluded so far to replace Thapelo Ahmad following his resignation. I'm just going to ask my camera colleague to pan just so that you can see what is happening inside council. You will see that the IEC has already prepared itself for the voting process for those three candidates who have been nominated. We saw the Democratic Alliance fielding Dr. Mpho Phalatse as their candidate, preferred candidate. The ANC, EFF, and minority parties coalition saying that they will back, rather not Thapelo, but Kabelo, Gwamanda, and Action is saying that it will field its own candidate who is going to be Funzi Ngobeni. Now, those are the three names that will appear on the ballot, and councillors are getting ready to then vote for a mayor in the city of Johannesburg. We have received assurances from ANC provincial chairperson, who's also the premier in Gauteng, Panyaza Lesufi, saying that we will indeed leave council today with a mayor. Now, we heard the council speaker saying that they have not made plans for lunch, meaning that they plan on doing this and getting it out of the way as soon as possible, and there are no intentions of delaying the voting process in any way. Now, we understand that the candidate with the most votes will indeed emerge as the mayor. The last election, we saw the same thing really happening, where Action SA fielded its own candidate, the DA also fielding its own candidate, but this time around, the Action SA has managed to get the support of the Democratic Alliance's former coalition partners. These include the ACDP, the IFP, saying that the DA is the one that has left the coalition, and they have decided to stay put in that coalition, and those parties will try and get somewhat of a majority and vote in Funzi Ngobeni, but it remains to be seen. If you look at the numbers here, there are 269 councillors that are expected to be in council, or that are in council, and as you can see, there's somewhat of a roll call going on to ensure that the number of councillors that are here are in fact the number of councillors who are here, because there were allegations that there were those who were signing for council members who were not present inside council. So this is just another verification process, just to ensure that those who need to be here are here, and to ensure that there won't be anyone there won't be any anything that falls through the cracks, really. But this is the situation here in the city of Johannesburg. We are waiting with bated breath to see who the new mayor will indeed become.